Hey everyone, welcome back to another Jazz Drummer Q-Tip of the week. My name, if you're new, is Quincy Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you'll consider subscribing and, of course, press that like button, leave comments. I love hearing from you, but this lesson is super, super special because not just because I shaved my mustache off, nor is it special because I have green tea in my new cool glass or green tea mug from Japan. Yes, I just got back from Japan. No, it's special because it's my birthday today. Yeah! It's number 46. I'm approaching the big 50. But I'm feeling good because age is all in the head. It ain't nothing but a number. So just remember that for everybody out there. To commemorate and celebrate my birthday, I am offering you 20% off of select digital downloads in my digital download store. You're going to see a code flash at some point in this video. So you got to watch the whole thing to get the code, and then you're in. You get 20% off. So check it out. All right, so this week's lesson is focused on playing an extended drum solo over a song form, which can be tricky if playing over a form by yourself kicks your butt a bit. Last week, we were focused on trading, right? 4s and 8s and beyond. But this week, we got to keep the form. So if you're ready to keep the form, I'm going to give you 7 tips and tricks and strategies and all that stuff to help you keep the form while you're taking a drum solo. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. You know I'm ready, especially when I have my green tea. I am ready to go. And this week, I have the special birthday green tea in my special birthday mug from my friend in Japan. And I'm telling you, it's going to help me give you the best lesson of your life and of my life. So if you're ready, get what you got to get ready, because we're going in on my birthday. Let's go. All right, so there are 3 main song forms that you got to nail, and you got to have a plethora of melodies that you can sing within these different song forms. We're going to focus on rhythm changes song form in this lesson, but also, in addition, you should be able to sing several melodies in the blues song form, which is usually 12 measures, but it can be longer, it can be shorter. You should also have several song forms that are 16 and 16. That's another common song form in jazz, which an example of that is There Will Never Be Another You. That's a great example of that. But as I said, we're going to focus on rhythm changes, and one of my favorite rhythm changes, bebop heads, to sing and play over is Anthropology, right? Charlie Parker's Anthropology. So I'm going to play that, and this is the first thing that you should be able to do, you should work on. And this is designed to help you keep the form, okay? So essentially, I'm going to be singing with all of these. I'm going to be singing to some degree, maybe not full throttle, full voice, but you're going to hear me kind of ghosting in and out of the melody. And that's the idea. But for this one, I'm going to play the melody around the drums, but in addition to playing the melody, I'm going to be embellishing. So it's not going to be exactly verbatim, okay? 1, 2, of course you should be able to play the melody as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I want you to practice comping through the melody, but in a soloistic way. Again, singing the melody and playing around the melody. Let's just see what that sounds like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I'm kind of playing, I'm comping in a more soloistic way, and I'm being maybe a little bit obnoxious with how I'm doing it, but I'm trying to drive home the point of being able to comp and play time in a soloistic way, which is another approach to soloing over a form, right? And this is to drill home the idea of keeping the form no matter what you're playing on the drums. All right, so now I want you to create a similar melody, right, as the original melody. So if you don't know the original melody, then you can't do this, okay? So we're going to play something that sounds close, but it's going to be different. Let's see what that sounds like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right? So there are some points during that solo that I was stealing from the original melody. I was playing ideas and rhythms that are taken directly from that melody. And then I was at times departing completely away from that as well. And that's what we're moving towards, that we don't have to feel handcuffed to the melody in order to keep the form. All right, now for something pretty different, okay? I want you to practice playing rudiments over that song form while ghosting the melody, right? If someone was in your practice room, they should be able to hear, oh yeah, I think they're singing Anthropology, or they're singing such and such. There should be evidence that you're singing a specific melody, okay? But now we're going to be playing rudiments around it. So let's see what that sounds like. And again, keep it simple. That's my thing. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. I have to tell, I'm calling myself stupid. Otherwise, I try to do things that I can't actually do. As I've said before, do what you can do, not what you can't. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, So as you can hear, it's not perfect, because obviously in a real situation you wouldn't be singing and playing at the same time. I mean, I guess some drummers do, but not in this way. So it presents some coordination issues, but the main thing is that you're keeping yourself accountable for the form, because as I always say with my students, form is everything. If you don't have the form, you have nothing. All right, so now we're going to try to play some jazz language, okay? Not just any whatever, but specifically jazz language from the masters. If you need some more jazz language, of course, you got to check out my ebooks. I just came out with volume 2. Check it out. I think you'll get a lot out of it. The link will be down below, of course. 1, 2, All right. And the last tip that I have for you is to combine all of them, okay? And we're going to be getting away from singing, but I want you to observe some of the devices I use. I use motifs, right? I use riffs, which is repeating the idea a few times, similar to a motif. Repetition, which is similar to a riff, right? Marking the form. Sometimes you want to mark the form, and often I like marking the form, but the more the solo develops, the more I like to play over the bar line, right? So maybe you start to obscure the form a bit more. But whenever you get towards the end of your solo, you have to absolutely make sure you're marking the form so that your band knows when to come in, okay? So what I'll do is take 2 choruses. The first chorus, I'm going to play really clear phrases, 8-measure phrases, okay? The second one, maybe not as clear, okay? And the third one, I decided I'll take 3 choruses. The third one, I'm going to be playing all over the form, but I want you to keep the form, okay? Sing the melody, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4 if you have to. Hopefully you can just feel it without counting, but see if you can keep the form, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, All right, how'd you do? How did you do? Hopefully you were able to keep the song form the whole time, even when I obscured it a little bit more in the second and third choruses. But the idea is that that melody never left my head, even though I wasn't necessarily playing it. And I was trying to demonstrate all different ways of playing over the form. So hopefully that was helpful. Stay tuned for next week's lesson. It's not a lesson, it's actually I filmed a tour of myself, a tour that I took in Japan of the TAMA factory outside of Nagoya. It's amazing. I'm still editing it, but you want to make sure you check that out. So until the next time, you know what to do. First, say happy birthday to me down below and other goodwill and tidings that you wish to say. I'll be reading all your comments per usual. But the other thing you got to do is practice hard, but practice smart. Take care. Bye-bye.